So yesterday we were discussing about how Douglas was taught to swim and thereby how he was able to overcome his fear. Douglas got an instructor and then he went to the swimming pool, and how a belt was attached to himself, then a rope attached to the belt, a cable running over the swimming pool where a pulley is there, the rope going through the pulley, one end is on his belt and the other end of the rope is in the hands of the instructor. Each time when he was releasing the hold on the rope, he was going down, and he says that his old fear used to return to him. Slowly, how the instructor has built him a simmer, piece by piece. With the hands he was done exercise, with the legs he has done the exercise, and with the head and inhale, exhale, and finally putting all these things together, he was able to swim. So we find that the instructor was satisfied that he could do by himself. But he says that he was not satisfied, because each time when he swam, when he came in the middle of the swimming pool, he said a bit of the old fear returned him. So in order to get out of that fear, he went to different place. Now we can see the different places that he has visited. So he went to Lake Wentworth in New Hampshire. Lake Wentworth in New Hampshire. This is a picture of that place. He went to Triggs Island. You see the Triggs Island. This is a Triggs Island. He swam all these places. After going there, he dived up to docks at the Triggs Island. We have seen the Triggs Island. From the shore to the Triggs Island, he has just dived. He just swam. He swam 2 miles across the lake to Stamback Island. Another island, Stamback Island. 2 miles he has swum. The terror returned only once. When he was doing this swimming, he says that only once the terror returned to him. He asked the terror what it could do to him, and it fled away. So he says that when he was swimming this island, he says that the fear returned to him once. Then he had the courage to challenge that terror. He asked that, what can you do for me? Or how can you challenge me? How can you defeat me? He just asked courageously to the terror, and he says that his terror fled away. അവൻ്റെ മുമ്പിൽ നിന്ന്, അവൻ്റെ മനസ്സിൽ നിന്ന് പേടി ഒളിച്ചോടിപ്പോയി. Some doubt still remained. He says that still some doubt remained in his mind. So he went to the Teton to Concord Meadows, up to the Concord Trail to Meade Glacier. These are the different places that he has swum in order to get out of his fear. He says that even though he swum in the Stamback Island and Triggs Island, he just says that some doubt was there in his mind that whenever he goes alone to isolated places for swimming, whether his fear will return. So in order to get out of that remaining fear, remaining doubt, he went to a different place. So he went to Teton to Concord Meadows, up to the Concord Trail to the Meade Glacier. These are the different places that he has swum. Meadows മൈതാനമാണ്, trail വഴിയാണ്. Meadows, Concord Meadows. Meade Glacier, you see trail, Meade Glacier. Swimming is associated with courage. Not only water, when you are going to isolated places also you may have fear. So what he did, he went to different places and he got rid of the fear. He dived in the lake and swam across the other shore and back. So he just dived into the lake. അവിടെയുള്ള ലേക്കിലേക്ക് അവൻ എടുത്തു ചാടി. And then he went to the other shore, and then he came back alone. There was nobody with him. He shouted with joy. He was very happy because he found that there is no more fear left in his mind. So he just shouted with joy. സന്തോഷത്തോടെ ആർത്ത് വിളിച്ചു പറഞ്ഞു സന്തോഷത്തോടുകൂടി. And his sound was echoed by the Gilbert Peak. Gilbert Peak returned the echo. When in an isolated place near the Gilbert Peak, when he just shouted for joy, his voice was echoed by the Gilbert Peak. He had conquered his fear of water. Finally, he understood that he had conquered his fear of the water. പേടി അവനിൽ നിന്ന് മാറിപ്പോയി. The experience had a deeper meaning for him. This particular experience of conquering his fear, he says that it is not simply conquering of the fear, it had a deeper meaning for him. അപ്പം Douglas is not narrating this particular incident of his childhood in order to tell us that he has conquered the fear. He says that there is a deeper meaning. What is the deeper meaning that he got from this particular experience? We are going to discuss about it. Only those who had known stark terror and conquered it can appreciate. He says that this deeper meaning which he derived from this particular experience of conquering the fear of the water can be appreciated only by those people who had a stark terror and who have conquered that terror. ഇപ്പോഴും പേടി അനുഭവിക്കുന്ന വ്യക്തികൾക്ക് അത് അപ്രീഷിയേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റിയല്ല. But those people who experienced deep terror, ഭയങ്കര പേടി, and then they have conquered it, means they will be able to appreciate its deeper meaning and this experience. So what was the deeper meaning that he derived from this particular experience? What experience? The experience of the fear of water and conquering of the fear. He says that I have derived a personal meaning. I derived a deeper meaning. What is the deeper meaning? He says, in death there is peace. എന്താണ് deeper meaning? മരണത്തിൽ സമാധാനമുണ്ട്. മരണത്തിൽ സമാധാനം ഉണ്ടെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ ആൾക്കാർ പോയി മരിക്കാനായിട്ട് പാടില്ല. ഇവിടെ പറഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്ന there is peace in death. മരണത്തിൽ സമാധാനമുണ്ട്. Continuation, there is terror only in the fear of death. What is the deeper meaning? There is peace in death and there is terror only in the fear of death. ഇതാണ് അദ്ദേഹം കണ്ടുപിടിച്ച deeper meaning. The experience of conquering his fear, he arrived in a deeper meaning. And that deeper meaning is that there is terror in the fear of death and there is peace in death. എന്താണ് അതിൻ്റെ അർത്ഥം? മരണത്തിൽ സമാധാനമുണ്ട്, പക്ഷെ നമ്മൾ മരണത്തെക്കുറിച്ച് പേടിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അതിൽ ടെറർ ഉണ്ട്. മരണം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്, ഡെത്ത് ഈസ് ആൻ ഇൻഹെറന്റ് തിങ്. We know that all of us will die one day. But if we just fear that particular inevitable aspect of human life, what happens? Always we'll be living under fear. So that is why he says that മരിക്കുക എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് is a peaceful moment. Why? Why he says that? We have seen that 3 times he was going through the water to the bottom of the swimming pool. Remember that incident in YMCA pool? When that boy threw him into the deep end of the swimming pool, he landed in sitting position and immediately just went down. As he was going down, it was only 9 feet deep. But as he was going down, he felt that it was 90 feet deep. പുസ്തകം വായിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടെന്ന് വിശ്വസിക്കുന്നു. Why? Because he did not land the bottom of the swimming pool as he expected. It took more time. And that is why when he reached the swimming pool bottom, he could not gather courage or energy and he could not make a jump as he expected, and therefore the result was not as he expected. He could not come up fast, he came up slowly. So second time when he was going, first time when he was going, he experienced fear but he was not out of his wits. Second time he experienced stark terror. Why? He was afraid of what is going to happen. Third time when he was going down, he became unconscious. He felt as if he is carried in the tender arms of his mother. He said it was comfortable. He felt like sleeping. ആ മൂന്നാമത്തെ അനുഭവം, that unconscious mind, he says that he experienced death. So the third time when he was going down, he was actually experiencing death. And there was peace. കാരണം ഒന്നിനെക്കുറിച്ചും പ്ലാൻ ചെയ്യേണ്ട ആവശ്യം ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ല, പേടിയുണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ല. And that is why he says that there is peace in death. Now if you say that there is peace in death and let me experience death, അത് ശരിയായിട്ടുള്ള നടപടിയല്ല. മനുഷ്യന് സ്വന്തമായിട്ട് കൊന്ന് എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് ചെയ്താൽ അത് കംഫർട്ടബിൾ ആവുമെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നില്ല. ബട്ട് ഹിയർ ഹി സേസ് ദാറ്റ് third time when he was going down, he experienced death. So he has entered into the jaws of death and then he has returned to his life. മരണത്തിൻ്റെ വായിൽ കയറിയതിനു ശേഷം അതിൽ നിന്ന് തിരിച്ചു വരികയാണ് ചെയ്തത്. So that experience of going down third time was a very peaceful one. Therefore he says that in death there is peace. പിന്നെ എവിടെയാണ് പേടിയുള്ളത്? മരണത്തെ പേടിച്ചാൽ അതിലാണ് ഫിയർ ഉള്ളത്. There is terror only in the fear of death. So what we have to do is that come what may, let us not fear about death. Let us not take our life away, but then when the death comes, let it come by itself. So let's not think about that incident. Roosevelt knew it. He says that this deeper meaning which he has derived from this particular experience was actually understood by the Roosevelt when he said, അദ്ദേഹം എന്താണ് പറഞ്ഞത്? All we have to fear is fear itself. നമ്മുടെ ജീവിതത്തിൽ നമുക്ക് പേടിക്കേണ്ടത് എന്താണ്? നമുക്ക് പേടിക്കേണ്ടത് ഫിയറിനെയാണ്. ഫിയർ ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ പിന്നെ നമുക്ക് ഒന്നിനെയും പേടിക്കേണ്ട ആവശ്യമില്ല. This is about conquering of fear. Human being should conquer his fear. നമുക്ക് നമ്മുടെ പേടിയെ കോൺകർ ചെയ്യണം. All that we have to fear is fear itself. Aurobindo Ghosh, one of the greatest educationists of India, out of the 8 educationists, he is one. He said that, അദ്ദേഹം പറഞ്ഞൊരു വാക്ക് ഞാൻ ഓർക്കുകയാണ്. He said that let them break us, let them burn us alive, let them stretch us in the stake, let them kill, but let us not betray the cause that we believe. നമ്മളെ ജീവനോടെ കത്തിച്ച് കളഞ്ഞാലും നമ്മളെ സ്റ്റേക്കിൽ സ്ട്രെച്ച് ചെയ്താലും നമ്മൾ വിശ്വസിക്കുന്ന സത്യം തെറ്റാണ് എന്ന് പറയാതിരിക്കാനായിട്ടുള്ള ധൈര്യം നമുക്കുണ്ടാകണം. Let us not betray the cause that we believe. In olden time there was this are the kind of punishment which people used to get to just to become go against the government. അവരെ ജീവനോടെ കത്തിച്ച് കളയുക, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ജീവനോടെ അവരുടെ കൈയും കാലും പറിച്ചെടുക്കുക. പണ്ട് കാലത്ത് ആനകളെ ഉപയോഗിച്ച് പറിച്ചെടുക്കുമായിരുന്നു. പിന്നെ അതിനുശേഷം there is another instrument they made, stake എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ കാലും കൈയും ഒരു ഇൻസ്ട്രുമെൻറ്റിൽ കെട്ടിയിട്ടതിന് ശേഷം സ്ട്രെച്ച് ചെയ്ത് വലിച്ചൂരിയെടുക്കുക. അപ്പം ഇദ്ദേഹം പറഞ്ഞതാണ്, let them burn us alive, let them stretch us in the stake, let us not betray the cause we believe. നമ്മൾ വിശ്വസിക്കുന്ന സത്യം സത്യമാണെന്ന് പറയാനായിട്ട് നമ്മൾ മരണത്തെ പേടിക്കാൻ പാടില്ല. So this is what Roosevelt also said. All we have to fear is fear itself. നമുക്ക് എന്താണ് പേടിക്കേണ്ടത്? ഫിയറിനെ മാത്രമേ നമുക്ക് പേടിക്കേണ്ട ആവശ്യമുള്ളൂ. Douglas had experienced both the sensation of dying and terror of it can produce. ഡഗ്ലസ് ഇത് രണ്ടും എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് ചെയ്തു. എന്താണ് രണ്ടെണ്ണം? ഡഗ്ലസ് had experienced both the sensation of dying. When did he experience the sensation of dying? Third time when he was going down. When did he experience a terror of it can produce? മരണത്തെക്കുറിച്ച് ചിന്തിക്കുമ്പോൾ പേടിയുണ്ടായത് എപ്പോഴാണ്? രണ്ടാമത്തെ പ്രാവശ്യമാണ് ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ പേടിയുണ്ടായത്. Second time when he was going down, he experienced terror of death. So after having experienced the death and terror of death, he says that there is peace in death, there is terror only in the fear of death. The will to live somehow grew in intensity. ഇതിന് ശേഷം ഇദ്ദേഹം പറയാണ്, ജീവിക്കാനുള്ള ആഗ്രഹം അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ മനസ്സിൽ ഇൻക്രീസ് ചെയ്തു. He conquered the fear. Now he doesn't want to die anymore. He doesn't feel inferior. He feels very courageous and very strong. So the desire to live somehow grew in him intensely. At last, Declan felt liberated. Finally, Declan, what he felt? He felt liberated. Liberated means freed. He experienced freedom. What kind of liberation? What kind of freedom? Freedom from all kind of fears. When he conquered the fear of the water, he has not only conquered the fear of the water, he was able to go to walk the trails. He was able to climb the mountain. He was able to go to the forest. He was able to go anywhere. He conquered complete fear. He was free to walk the trails. നടപ്പാതയിൽ കൂടെ നടക്കാനുള്ള ധൈര്യം അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് കിട്ടി. വലിയ കുന്നും ചെരുവിൽ കൂടെ ഒറ്റപ്പെട്ട് കിടക്കുന്ന നടപ്പാതകളിൽ കൂടി നടക്കാൻ അയാൾക്ക് പേടിയുണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ല. He was able to climb the peaks. വലിയ മൗണ്ടൻ പർവ്വതത്തിൻ്റെ പീക്കുകളിൽ അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് നടക്കാനുള്ള ധൈര്യം കിട്ടി. And to ignore fear. Without being affected by the fear, he was able to walk in this area. He went to different places. You remember what are the places he went in order to swim? Tricks Island. He says that he has gone to Tricks Island. This is the site of a Tricks Island. Stamp Act Island. He said that he has gone to Stamp Act Island. This is the site of a Stamp Act Island. Just think about it. What is a misadventure that William Douglas speaks about? He is speaking about the misadventure. What is a misadventure? The experience in the YMCA pool. Remember. What is that experience? A boy came and threw him into the water. He went down 3 times. How did Douglas overcome his fear of water? Douglas has overcome his fear of water by getting an instructor and getting trained 1 hour every day, 5 days a week and 3 months continuously. And slowly, he just learned swimming, and in order to get rid of his complete fear, he went to different places to swim. How did the build a swimmer out of Douglas? That you have to narrate. How instructor taught him, how a belt was attached to his body, how pulley was there, how the rope was attached to the pulley and to the belt, how he just learned hands, legs, inhaling, exhaling. All this has to be explained. How did Douglas make sure that he conquered the old terror? By going into different places and swimming. Remember those places. ആ സ്ഥലങ്ങളെല്ലാം ഓർത്തിരിക്കണം. പുസ്തകത്തിൽ നോക്കി ഓർത്തിരിക്കണം. Now we are going to see about different kind of swimming. പലതരത്തിലുള്ള സ്വിമ്മിംഗ് ഉണ്ട്. About swimming. A swimming stroke is a method of moving the arms and legs to push against the water and propel the swimmer forward. Propel എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ മൂവ് ആണ്. കൈയും കാലും ഉപയോഗിച്ചാണ് സ്വിമ്മിങ് നടത്തുക. And then with that movement, our body moves forward. Swimming strokes should create the least possible water resistance. When we are moving our hands and legs, it should create the least possible water resistance. Water and resistance ഏറ്റവും കുറച്ച് അനുഭവപ്പെടണം. When swimming, there should be a minimum of splashing so that forward motion is smooth and not jerk. അധികം വെള്ളം തെറിപ്പിക്കാൻ പാടില്ല. If you are just spreading lot of water, then your forward movement will be difficult. Now different kind of swimming is there, because in the lesson it is said that he practiced different kind of swimming. In that he has also mentioned that butterfly stroke. What is butterfly stroke? അതാണ് ഇവിടെ പറയുന്നത്. They whip their legs together and stroke with both arms and simultaneously and symmetrically to dive and glide like a dolphin in the water. അതാണ് butterfly stroke, butterfly മാതിരി. They whip their legs, കാലുകൊണ്ടടിക്കുക, together and stroke with the hands. കൈയും കാലും ഒരേപോലെ മൂവ് ചെയ്യുന്നു. Simultaneously and symmetrically to dive. ഈ രണ്ട് കാലും കൈയും മൂവ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് നീന്തുന്നതാണ്. ഡോൾഫിൻ നീന്തുന്ന മാതിരി വെള്ളത്തിൽ നീന്തുന്നതിനെയാണ് ബട്ടർഫ്ലൈ സ്ട്രോക്ക് എന്ന് പറയുക. See a picture. ബട്ടർഫ്ലൈ സ്ട്രോക്ക് തന്നെയാണ്. ദ മോസ്റ്റ് ഡിഫിക്കൽട്ട് ആൻഡ് എക്സോസ്റ്റിംഗ് സ്ട്രോക്ക് ആയിട്ടാണ് ബട്ടർഫ്ലൈ സ്ട്രോക്കിനെ കുറിച്ച് പറയുന്നത്. ദ ബോഡി ഈസ് ഇൻ എ പ്രോൺ പൊസിഷൻ. Involves the dolphin kick with a windmill-like movement of both arms in unison. രണ്ട് കൈകളും ഒന്നിച്ച് മൂവ് ചെയ്യണം. When swimming competitively, ഒരു കോമ്പറ്റീഷനിൽ പാർട്ടിസിപ്പേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുമ്പം the swimmer must not swim underwater. വെള്ളത്തിൻ്റെ അടിയിൽ പോകാൻ പാടില്ല. The only time a swimmer can swim underwater is the first stroke after the start and each turn. വെള്ളത്തിൻ്റെ അടിയിൽ പോകാൻ പറ്റുന്നത് ആദ്യവും പിന്നെ നമ്മുടെ ഡെസ്റ്റിനേഷനിൽ എത്തിയിട്ട് വീണ്ടും തിരിച്ചു വരുമ്പോൾ മാത്രമേ പോകാൻ പാടുള്ളൂ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഫൗളാവും. അതാണ് ബട്ടർഫ്ലൈ സ്ട്രോക്കിനെ കുറിച്ചുള്ളത്. This is a movement of a butterfly stroke. Next stroke, breaststroke. Because in the lesson it is said that he learned butterfly stroke, breaststroke, side stroke. All this has been said there. The body is in a prone position, involves a frog kicking, alternates with a simultaneous movement of arms from a point in front of the head to shoulder level. That is breaststroke. When swimming competitively, the swimmer's head must be kept above the surface of the water at all times. തല വെള്ളത്തിൽ മുക്കാൻ പാടില്ല, വെള്ളത്തിൻ്റെ മേലെ തലയുണ്ടായിരിക്കണം. നെക്സ്റ്റ് ക്രൗൾ സ്ട്രോക്ക് മൂന്നാമത്തെ ടൈപ്പാണ്. ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് സെഡ് ദാറ്റ് ഹി ട്രൈഡ് ബട്ടർഫ്ലൈ, ക്രൗൾ സ്ട്രോക്ക്, ബ്രസ്റ്റ് സ്ട്രോക്ക്, സൈഡ് സ്ട്രോക്ക്, എക്സെട്ര. Front or back, you can go front side and back side. The body is in a prone position, leaning position. Involves alternative over arm strokes and the flutter kick. ഒരു കൈയെ ഒരു സമയത്ത് മുമ്പിലേക്ക് വരില്ലൂ. And at the same time with the leg also you have to push. The head remains in the water, the face alternating from side to side. ഒരു സൈഡിൽ നിന്ന് മറ്റേ സൈഡിലേക്ക് മുഖം തിരിക്കണം. Side stroke. Another stroke, side stroke, involves a forward underwater stroke with the body on one side and scissor kick. This is crowl stroke. How a picture of a crowl stroke. Freestyle, another type of swimming where any stroke is used. The swimming competitively only 15 meters can be spent underwater from the start or from each turn. Free stroke. Backstroke involves alternative over the head arm strokes and flutter kick in a supine position. When swimming competitively, only 15 meters can be spent underwater from the start to or from each turn. So these are some of the type of swimming which is explained in the lesson. It is just for the general knowledge only I have mentioned this type of swimming, so that you will have some idea about the swimming.